talks about in his appendix that jinn can refer to is aspects of nature or even human nature that are concealed within us, and that in terms of their cause we can't see, but in terms of their effect we can see. So hidden aspects of maybe the subconscious or human nature and reality can also come under the umbrella of al-jinn. Now, the real reason why I'm putting this post up is because I was reading his commentary on verse 1 of Surah 72. Now, this is the verse that talks about when a certain group of jinn came to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and heard the Qur'an and said it was a delightful revelation and were going back to their people to tell them about it. So this is where jinn, according to some commentators, the minority, not the majority, but a minority, say that it can mean that those strangers who were up until that point concealed from your senses. So it's not just things that are always concealed, but up until a certain point were concealed. That this can also be under the umbrella term of al-jinn. So when the Qur'an's talking about the jinn that came to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and heard the Qur'an in Surah 72 verse 1, Muhammad Asad makes an interesting commentary that it's possible that this is actually referring to a group of followers of the Mosaic faith, i.e. Jews, who came to listen to the Qur'an. They were, up until that point, unseen. And this is also a viewpoint taken by Tabari, who was a scholar from many centuries ago, and a Persian scholar who was a jurist, who was a historian, and also a Qur'an commentator, who also had this point of view, more specifically that the jinn, or the strangers who came to the Prophet, who are referred to in this verse, came from somewhere in modern day Iraq. That was really interesting, not something that, usually if you ask 99.9% of Muslims who the jinn are in this verse, they will say, oh, it's jinn, the jinn that are the spirits that are with another creation along with the human beings and angels, and they came to listen to the Prophet. But it's interesting to see that this term of jinn or al-jinn can mean possibly different things in different contexts, and it's just always taking in the overall meaning of things that are hidden or were hidden from our senses. And if you look at a good website that has lots of different translations of the Qur'an, there are some, a minority, maybe just two of the major ones that do mention the jinn. Whenever I mention jinn in the Qur'an, it does mention something about nomads or non-city